God, we are always excited for the opportunity to come before the Lord offering you all praise and honor. As we move now to our worship, we ask, oh God, that you would be with us, continue to be with us, as we now feast on your word. We ask, oh God, that you would make it clear and plain, hide me behind this sacred desk, that those that are witnesses might see more of thee and less of me. We lift this prayer and precious in the mighty name of Jesus. Let us sing together. Amen. Amen and amen. I've been blessed today just to be in your presence. I've been blessed by the songs that have been sung, the worship that has gone forth, and especially experiencing in a great way God's Spirit moving in this space, in this sacred space. A place, oh God, that God loves, a place, oh God, that God comes to, a place, oh God, where God is lifted up in worship in a great way, in everything that you all do, in your giving of your time, your talent, and your treasure. And so for a moment, we will focus in on the subject, give God a smile. Give God a smile. Amen? Amen. Now I was going to change this. You know, I've been working on this for quite a little while, and I'm going to change this a little bit. So I woke up early, and I was, thinking, oh Lord, how can I change this? But the Lord wants to start moving fast enough. And I had to leave early. So I was like, oh well, I guess I'll leave it the way it is. There is something in this message that the Lord wants you to hear. And so, be patient with me this morning. When I woke up this morning, many of you were saying, the sun was shining. Praise God. I had to give God a smile because as the new year is now in its second month, a lot has happened. And a lot has been happening. Donald Trump, the President of the United States, was impeached. And an impeachment trial was initiated by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi on September 24, 2019, after a whistleblower alleged that Donald Trump may have abused the power of the presidency. Trump is accused of withholding military aid as a means of pressuring newly elected president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, to pursue investigations of the Democratic nominee, right, for president, Joe Biden, and his son Hunter, and to investigate a conspiracy theory that Ukraine, not Russia, was behind interference in the 2016 presidential election. The impeachment trial ended on Friday to everyone's gladness. Now we can look at our TV station. And the Senate Republicans voted to block consideration of new witnesses and documents in his trial that shut down a final push by the Democrats to bolster their case for the president's removal. Meanwhile, in the evangelical world flagship publication Christianity Today, it was also argued that Donald Trump should be removed from office. Now, we have to know that Donald Trump holds one of the highest offices in the land. He is the President of the United States, yet in the 4 years that he has been settled in this office, as one writer put it, Trump has proved to the 21st century that Lord Acton's 19th century maxim still holds. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. While we have seen the consequences of his character throughout his presidency, all of the character traits that Trump's critics most fear are present, including petty corruption, his temperamental unfitness, and his rank incompetence. In spite of his power, prestige, privilege, and so-called popularity among his staunch supporters. Senate Republicans, who are also distinguished in their ranks, are quick to excuse his wrongdoings. Yet, while meditating on the scripture text for today, I found peace, because the Bible paints a vivid picture of what true wretchedness looks like. All have sinned. David writes, all have become corrupt. There is no one who does good, not even one. Then adorning. Isn't our wretchedness the very thing that makes the gospel so heart-wrenchingly beautiful? As we learn from our Markan text that Jesus himself was also bestowed at this hour in our text the highest honor. The Bible tells us when they came to the crowd, a man approached Jesus and knelt before him. The Greek translation for knelt before him is goin peteo, meaning falling on his knees before him, which is an act of expressing reverence and honor. The words knelt before him also occur 3 other times in 3 other verses in the New International Version of the Bible. 1 in Matthew 8:2, when the man with leprosy knelt before him. In Matthew 9:16, when the synagogue leader asked Jesus to raise his daughter from the dead. And in Matthew 15:25, when the Canaanite woman came seeking Jesus' help for her daughter that was possessed by a demon. After kneeling, the rich man addressed Jesus as good teacher and then asked, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? His question already hints at a deeper answer. What can anyone do in order to inherit anything? Inheritance is more about belonging to a family than earning something. And this explains what is going on in verses 28 and 30. Leaving everything and following Jesus, as Peter says, the disciples have done, brings them into a new family. This household of God is an incredibly rich present reality, but one that is also marked with persecution. Jesus, not grasping for the power, prestige, privileges, or popularity that could have been his. He did not pull rank or buy into the ranking system of this world. Rather, his purpose was to empty himself that he might humble himself and submit himself to the will of God, and simply ask the rich man, you know the commandments. You shall not murder, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal, you shall not give false testimony, you shall not defraud. Honor and your father and mother. Teacher, he declared, all these things I have kept since I was a boy. And it's interesting that I just noticed these words. They came glaring at me. Jesus looked at him and loved him. Jesus looked at him and loved him. And no doubt with a smiling voice said, what thing you lack? Go sell everything you have, give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come, follow me. In other words, Jesus invited the rich man to become a disciple. It would have been as we, those of us that are recipients of the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus, and also we that have come to only witness what was going on through our reading of the text. Interestingly, the response of Jesus and the rich man are vastly different. Jesus, the Bible tells us, looked at him and loved him. His love was so perfect that he was willing to invite him to endure the sacrifice of everything so that he could gain so much more. Eternal life. basically in that moment offering the rich man what he wanted, eternal life. In the same way, we are called to follow Jesus to the same degree of trust and abandonment to his divine will.